We're getting up close and personal with all your favorite celebrities on the hottest weekend party show in the city, the Abbie Knights Show.
What's up, y'all?
You're listening to all the hits on the number one party show in the city, the Abbie Knights Show.
Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Tell a friend.
Well, let's get it in. All right, top of the top. Good morning, ATL. It's your boy, Crez B. Man, we got a special guest on the show today. One of my homeboys, man, one percenter, fellow one percenter. Probably got the prettiest eyes in the NFL when he was playing. Hey, pause. Right? All right. My dog, George, what's happening, man? George Wilson. Everybody.
Man, what's going on, Crez?
Give him a round of applause.
Come on. Hey. Clap for the eyes for sure.
What's going on, fam? Thank y'all for having me on today.
Oh man, we appreciate you. Played in the league for 11 years. Probably one of the smartest players I done played with, and he took that from the field to off the field. Man, tell a little bit what you're doing right now, man. Yeehaw, you a farmer. You got horses and cows and chickens.
Wait. Hold on, everybody. I'm on the conversation, too. Yeehaw. You acting like he's on here wearing a cowboy hat with some cowboy boots. Like he's out here on a rodeo.
You don't follow George, do you?
I do, but I mean, he's not out there like that.
I mean, well, I seen some cowboy boots.
George, you got cowboy boots?
Well, I own a pair of cowboy boots, but mainly I wear my work boots around the farm. I'm actually out here right now, but we're covered up in ice and snow, so it's not too much.
Do you hear the accent? Do you hear the accent? All right.
It's authentic. It's real. Yeah, it's legit.
But let them know.
Like my last year in the league, when I was with the Titans, I purchased my family farm from my grandparents. You know, and for those that didn't know, you know, when I was growing up, when I wasn't in school, I wasn't involved in athletics. You know, I helped my grandfather out on his tobacco farm. And so, you know, we cut wood when we weren't working in the tobacco field. We built structures and everything. And so for me, when I transitioned away from football, I was looking for something to provide a similar schedule and a similar structure that football gave me. As you know, as a lot of guys walk away from the game or step away from the game, whether by choice or by force, you know, that we're almost lost in a sense once we step outside of life, outside the bubble of the NFL. And so for me, I wanted to get into something that would provide a similar structure and schedule, but also be almost therapeutic for me. And so, you know, just to be able to have the nostalgia and the sentimental connection to my farm property, you know, it was certainly therapeutic for me to help in my transition. And now, you know, I'm currently building an event venue. I have a large garden area that I'm hoping to expand in order to partner with my local school district to do a farm to school feeding program. But it also gives us a platform to be able to teach kids and expose kids, because you'd be surprised with how many people don't actually understand the process that their food goes through, as well as where their fresh produce comes from. And so be able to teach kids, you know, that process and expose them to that, you know, I think it would be great.
You have any chickens going to Zaxby's?
So
wait.
Yeah.
Providing chickens for Zaxby's?
I do have some chickens. I do have chickens, but I have hens for eggs. I don't have any meat birds out here, but I do have chickens for eggs. But
there's a difference.
No, yeah, those are my girls. Man, yeah, you won't have any of my produce, my chicken.
I thought all birds was edible.
No, all birds. I guess if the circumstances required and called for, you probably could make that happen, but. You know, they have different varieties of chickens for eggs as well as for meat.
Like I said before, man, you're a very intelligent guy, man. Like those eyes took you a long way. I know you did some modeling.
The eyes. Oh my!
You did some modeling. He did some modeling. Now talk about your modeling.
Let's talk about that Vogue photo shoot he did.
I did.
Come on.
With the open shirt. Yeah, let's talk about that. I got the whole eye contact thing going on.
Look at Abbie. I didn't catch that shoot. I didn't catch that shoot.
I remember doing that shoot.
I don't.
But yeah,
don't worry. We'll show the picture for everybody. A friendly reminder.
I got into some modeling while I was still playing, trying
Right.
to expand my brand outside the football field. And so I
Yeah.
had some good marketing opportunities. I still do it now, but I mainly do products now. My agency, since they learned that I'm in the farm business, they try to have me more product driven than fashion. And so that was good. And then I leveraged those opportunities in a couple of music videos
All
with
right.
Mary J.
Dancing.
Blige and Marsha
Dance.
Ambrosius. So
You was dancing?
no. Come on,
Oh.
Chris.
Yeah,
You
ask
know
him
I'm
ask
not
him
All
a
right,
about his
all right.
dancing skills. I want to talk
No,
about that.
no.
Let's talk
I'm
about
not
George's
hey,
dancing skills.
I'm not gonna put my dog on the spot now. That's my boy now.
But
I
you
ain't
just
gonna
did
lie.
that. What are you
That's
talking about?
kinda, but not like,
Yeah, but
Not on
no,
Front
you won't
Street.
see
I
me
got it.
making any TikTok videos or any,
now you
dancing
played
moves for me.
now you played for the Detroit Lions, Buffalo Bills, and you finished up with the Titans, correct?
Yeah,
Now, how do you
exactly.
feel?
Yep.
Okay, with the Bills doing how they doing as an organization now, do you feel like is it like a bittersweet, man, why we couldn't be, as successful as they are today, or how does that work for you?
Well, I
Because I was
definitely
there
know
too. I
that.
was there too,
Yeah,
but
absolutely,
I was there
absolutely.
for a check. I was there for a
I
check.
got you. Yeah,
Win, lose,
I remember when you
win.
came in, Chris. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
came in with the jokes. They threw
come
you
on.
in the fire. They threw you in the
Woo!
fire,
It got hot.
and you responded. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
didn't drown.
yeah,
You held your own. But
yeah.
definitely the Buffalo Bills today are not the same Buffalo Bills that we had during my time from '04 to 2012.
Right. How many
The
times did you
late
make it to the
route.
playoffs?
Never. I never made it to the
Sheesh.
playoffs. Yeah, the closest I got was my rookie year. We were 9 and
Right.
7, and the rest of my time, those next 6 or 7 years, we had three head coaches, three general managers, and the same amount of coordinators as well. So as to have success in this league, you have to have stability in the front office, stability at the
Hmm.
head coaching spot, and most importantly, you have to have stability at quarterback. And that was a revolving door as well. And our
Right.
records was a reflection of that. And we certainly didn't have access to the resources that they have now. Our
Hmm.
locker room didn't look like the way it looks now. The practice
Definitely
facility,
didn't. No, it
the
didn't.
training room. I mean, I remember guys having to argue with the equipment staff over getting a new pair of socks or a
Right.
new
You
pair of
could
gloves.
you couldn't walk barefoot in that facility back then. Right now you can walk
It
barefoot
was
in
that
there.
bad?
I don't know. I walk barefoot anywhere, so I don't know.
But
No
I'm
surprise.
I'm from the
that's just a sign of the Pagulas, coming in, as anybody who's in business, it takes money to make money. And so they've infused a lot of resources into the organization. And now the success that you're seeing on the field is a reflection of that.
I tell you what, that was your second big word of the interview. The Pagulas.
That's a name.
Oh, okay, because you threw me there just now. Abbie, I know he had you too. Don't look like that. I know he had you too.
Nah, I've heard him talk about that before. So,
The
Yeah,
Pagulas.
hey, the
yeah.
Pagulas have brought a lot of economic development to the Buffalo area. I mean,
Right.
they've definitely
Wow, that was a
have
name.
expanded.
Wow.
Yeah, they've expanded the team's presence, and they're
Yeah.
about to get a new stadium. So,
Gotcha.
you've played in the old Ralph, which I think is
Woo.
called Hot Mark Stadium now. But
Yeah, it was cold there, boy.
you can only put so many coats of paint on it before you have to just tear it down and build it anew. So I think it's going to be a fun, exciting venue, and I think that the Bills' trajectory is heading in the right direction.
With the holidays coming up, man, you've done some great things outside of football and outside of farming with your boots. What's your the nonprofit you got going on, man? We're helping the kids, the less fortunate kids out. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's called the George Wilson Safety Foundation. Obviously, safety was the position I played when I was
Right.
in the NFL, but it's the acronym for our mission statement, which is saving adolescents from the everyday trials of youth. And so for us during the holiday season, it's a big time. It's about family, but not everyone has family. It's about gifting items to other people, and everybody doesn't have those resources. And so for the past 6
Right.
years, my organization and Academy Sports has worked together to provide a number of students with $100 gift card to go into the store and get items that they want for themselves and spend the
I need that right
$100
now.
as they
Yeah, I need that right now.
to spend the $100 as they see fit. A lot of the kids, spend it on shoes or clothes, but they
Right,
also try to
right.
find a way to spend it on their siblings or their parents and things like that. And so this year we were able to expand it outside of Paducah, my hometown, Paducah, Kentucky. We've been able to expand it into Louisville, Kentucky, and also Lexington, Kentucky. And so we just wanted to expand our partnership with Academy, and Academy stepped up to the plate. And I think collectively we've had four shopping events at 4 different schools. And I think out of all 4 of those, we've had about 158 students each receive a $100 gift card, courtesy of Academy Sports. And so it's just a great partnership and just a great platform to be able to use it to help other people. And the kids appreciate it, and to be able to see the smiles on their faces and be able to have something that they're thankful for, and something that somebody else did for them without it being conditional, for them to be able to do something in exchange for it. We just wanted to spread some holiday cheer, and we had a great amount of volunteers and supporters in each of those communities to be able to ensure that each and every child had somebody to give them individualized attention, and just
Right.
for them to see that they have other people out there that care about them.
That's nice. That's dope. That's super dope. I wish I had $100 right now, man. I said I'd get my sons. I got to finish off some stuff in a minute. So
He said, "That's nice. That's nice."
that's dope. That's actually that's dope. I mean, $100 go a long way
I mean,
for a kid. For a kid.
I would.
Absolutely.
He said,
absolutely.
An adult
Yeah,
can make
for
$100 go a pretty long way too. But for people
Stop,
listening in
Abbie.
right now,
Stop it.
I'm just
Stop it,
saying,
Abbie.
unless you're shopping the way you shop, Crez,
Your
then
lipstick is $100.
my lipstick is not $100 actually.
Oh, right.
Hey,
This is-
with inflation right now, $100 doesn't go as far as it used to. So you
True.
just
That's
gotta try
gas.
to make the most of
It's
it.
definitely gas money.
See, of course, it would be the two guys agreeing on that. I'm telling you, I you know what? I'm gonna put a little list together of what you can get with $100, not from like cool places, but necessities. And
Necessities.
you can get a decent amount of things. But for everybody listening right now, a lot of people are very familiar with George as a player and what he's accomplished on the field. But what a lot of people don't always take a lot of time to talk about is the dedication that he's had off the field to helping
Right.
not just kids, but people in his community. Even, when we're going back to natural disasters and things like that, he's always been a big advocate for bringing back to the place that he considers home. So we definitely want to give you a big shout out for that, George. I know that it means a lot to a lot of these families to be able to have this every year, and it's not something you have to do. So
Right.
everybody
Yeah,
out there,
I appreciate that.
if they did want to
I'm just
look
trying to
into,
do. I'm just trying to do my part. I
Man.
know that everybody's not in a position to do what I'm doing, but you can do something. If you just lend a hand and help one person, that's enough goodness. And if you understand the cycle of giving and taking, giving and receiving, we just got to keep that cycle going. And so if somebody does something nice for you, it's natural to turn around and do something nice for someone else.
right?
Yeah.
So-
You had it right the first time, because I give and take all the time. I'm an Indian giver. I will take that gift back.
But
Wow.
you know what they say? Don't give it away or don't loan it if you're worried about getting it back. So hey.
Oh, he's gonna take it back. You see, Crez, he's like, I'm gonna get that back. But for
What Denzel Watch say? I'm gonna leave here with something. I'm gonna leave here with. I'm from around the way. I'm gonna leave here with something.
something. So
Go ahead, Abbie.
I was just gonna say, for anyone that wanted to get more information on what you're doing with your foundation, and also if they wanted to contribute or help out in some way or become a part of it, where can they go to get that information?
You can go to gwsafety.org. You can read up on the programming that we house and provide, and then there's also a link where you can donate as well. Starting next year, we're actually going to begin a capital campaign for a campground development on my farm property. For about 8 years while I played football, I used to do leadership retreats in Nashville, Tennessee at a campground. And I used to bus in some middle school students from my hometown. And so I wanted to recreate that on my farm property in my hometown to be able to service more kids more often. And so we're going to start a capital campaign next year. And we're going to try to provide the platform and programming to be able to connect other people to their dreams and their goals and aspirations. And so I look forward to launching that and getting more information out there. But I know it's going to make a huge difference in a lot of lives. And I can't wait to get to work on that.
That sounds really exciting.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah,
dope.
it's going to be a great place. We're going to target businesses for leadership development and group synergy experiences. We're going to target schools, obviously, for health and wellness experiences, some STEM programming, some goal achievement, character development. I mean, it's really going to be whatever, the client needs it to be. We're going to target churches as well. And so we just want to be a resource that, if a family is in need or if an individual is in need, we can come help them, whether that would be for temporary housing or some job training or just being able to be to connect them to opportunities, employment opportunities, and things of that nature. I also serve on the advisory board of one of the local banks. And so I want to be able to leverage that access that I have with having a seat at the table to be able to connect more minorities to financial resources from the community bank, Paducah Bank, and just trying to use my platform to help continue to help other people and other families and connect them to their dreams.
Isn't that beautiful?
Man.
There's a round of applause for that, Crez.
Are you gonna do the?
Yeah, you want the here? Let me help you so you can properly clap. You're not clapping, though.
Thank you. Because I don't think me and your clap would do any justice because that's only two people.
Wow, you're just gonna call me out like that. Got it. Okay.
No, man, but we definitely, man. Like I said, you was super intelligent on the field. Obviously, you can tell by the way you know all these big words and. Yeah.
Crez.
I had no idea Paducah. You said Padula?
Paducah. Stop playing, Crez. Stop playing.
I did not know Padula. No. But we definitely appreciate you, bro. I appreciate everything you did for me when I was in Buffalo. With me coming in, boom, you kind of took me under your wing. You ain't judged me. You laughed at my jokes. He was
probably paid to do that, though. I mean, in his defense.
Long as
Creston is naturally funny. He didn't have to go out of his way to try to be seen or heard.
Thank you, George.
He's naturally funny. So you're good, Crez. And I know that you're in the training kids and other athletes now. So that's your ministry. That's your way to give back and to be able to pour into these kids and the next generation of athletes. You can share your perspective and your experiences. And so if I had a hat on, I'd tip it to you for the work that you're doing as well.
I would take mine off, but I don't know haircut. I don't have a haircut, so I'm gonna keep this thing on.
It's a thought that counts.
Yeah.
I was trying to press Crescent a little bit a couple weeks ago about this whole locker room talk thing, right? Because I was like, so when you guys are in the locker room, like, do you dish everything on the women? And he's like, oh man, that's so locker room talk.
That's locker room talk right there.
That stays in the locker room, absolutely.
That stays in the locker room. I'm taking that to the grave.
So that code of loyalty, it's permanent. It doesn't have like an expiration.
Yeah. Absolutely, it has to be.
Yeah,
yes.
I see. Okay, well that's cool.
Wow, what question did you have, Abbie? Jeez.
You know what? I think I'm gonna ask Rhea and Jenny what questions they would like answered, as far as what guys might discuss. Because I feel like Jenny would have a very interesting perspective on what you might be discussing. So, yeah, I think
it's not all about women. I mean, you'd be surprised.
I know guys talk about
it's
stupid
music,
stuff when they're
it's
alone.
business, it's finances, it's taxes, it's traveling,
exactly.
It's what you got to do on the off day. Well,
Did you tell him that you bleed orange? Does he know this?
I bleed on. You cut me off.
Oh, we know that.
Coming out.
Everybody reps their college. That's probably the most consistent debate because every colleges play every Saturday, and so that's usually our travel day. So guys talk trash. They bet money, or they bet where you have to wear the other team's, paraphernalia and things like that. So, you'll hear a wide array of conversations, in the
So
NFL locker room.
last couple of things. Who's winning the Super Bowl? Who's winning the national championship? In your opinion?
That's a good one. I'm gonna go with the national championship first. I like the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm an SEC guy.
Okay,
They have the experience, they have the veteran quarterback, and they have the coach that has been there. And so I really look for them to dominate as they did last year. So I like the Georgia Bulldogs.
I like
In
that
the
pick.
NFL, it's kind of a toss up, more so on the AFC side. With the
Hmm.
NFC, it's a toss up on both sides. With Jalen Hurts' strained shoulder, we don't really know how much of an injury that's going to impact him. And
Right,
if you consider them winning the division and potentially being the number one seed, he may have one game in about a 4-week stretch. And that's tough for a quarterback to stay in a rhythm with his receivers and with his offensive linemen. And
that's
so,
right.
it's gonna be a toss up to see what the Eagles do. But then with the 49ers, they're a very talented team, one of the more talented teams on both sides of the ball. They have a strong O line and running game. They have a
So
very
you think they can get it done with
elite
Purdy?
defense. Well,
They
that's
can
what
get
I'm
it done with
saying. It's
Purdy?
a toss up. It's a toss up
Okay,
because he's still a young guy. He hasn't
gotcha.
had that bad game where they lost because of a play that he made or didn't make.
Right,
And
right,
so
right.
because you haven't seen that, that that's coming eventually. And so it's
Hmm.
how does he respond to it? How does his teammates respond to it? But if you know anything about the history of the NFL, defense travels and run game travels as well. And Philly and San Francisco both have that. I see them meeting up in the NFC Championship unless they have to meet before then. But if they do, I still like the Philadelphia Eagles' chances. I'm pulling for Jalen Hurts. Everybody counted him out once Tua replaced him at Alabama. He showed a lot of resiliency and mental
Right.
toughness to be able to overcome that situation and to put himself in a position to be where he's a potential MVP candidate and
Hmm.
put his team in a position to have a shot at the Super Bowl. On the AFC side, I think it's going to be between Kansas City. They know, what they can do on the offensive side of the ball. Their defense is a little sketchy when it comes to the passing yards and the passing touchdowns that they've given up. But when you look at how they oftentimes are playing with the lead, it forces their opponents to have to throw the ball. So that kind of explains the yards that they give up on defense. With Buffalo, they haven't ran the ball consistently like I would like for them to.
Hmm.
They have to depend on Josh Allen to produce just about every yard on the offensive side of the ball. The
Right.
defense has kept them, in all the games, but it's definitely going to come down to really who has home field advantage. And then lastly, with the Cincinnati Bengals,
Yeah.
they got off to a slow start this season, but I think with the poise that Joe Burrow brings to the huddle and their coach, having that Super Bowl experience last year, they know what it takes to get back there. And so I think it's going to be the 3-team race in the AFC. And I think it's going to boil down to who has home field advantage. If Buffalo finishes with the number one seed, it's going to be hard to go into Orchard Park in January with the
Oh.
weather elements. I
Mm.
don't see Kansas City being able to go up there and throw the ball. If it's a blizzard, I don't know if they can do that. But Cincinnati, their game travels. They run the ball well. They have a two-headed monster at the running back position, and they play good, sound defense, and that both travels. But I think if they end up matching up, I'd like to see the Buffalo Bills get to the Super Bowl, match up against the Philadelphia Eagles, and Buffalo finally needs to get that NFL
Get that Super Bowl, man. They've
Super
been
Bowl
there a lot of
championship.
right. Nice. You heard it here first, man. George, Pretty Eye Wilson is going for the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. Buffalo and Georgia. Yeah, man. Well,
Let's
I
go
appreciate you, man.
Buffalo.
Man, I appreciate you coming on here, man. We had a good time in Buffalo. Our time there. We actually had some times, out the country, My dog put me on what was it, St.
Man, I
Martin?
forgot. Yeah, Chris, we went to
Yeah.
St.
Oh my
That's my
God, he
first
took you there?
time.
He got to
He
go
took
with
Oh
you?
man. Bro, I still got some pictures from that, man. We went to the
Hey,
beach and
hey,
hanging
hey.
out. Hey,
He
Hey,
hey,
had the legs.
we
Wait. I have a
we had a
question.
great time.
Did he have
we
his
We had a great
toes?
did.
time.
He had the legs and the toes out on that trip.
Oh yeah,
Come
yeah, you
on.
got to. Yeah, yeah. St.
Come
Martin,
on.
there's no socks. You never wear
Come on.
socks at St. Martin.
No
He doesn't
stops.
even
Come
wear socks
on.
in real life now when it's cold outside. So I
Exactly.
mean,
Oh man,
Exactly.
if you're not wearing socks, then I know your shoes. I hope you got some shoe horns to keep those things fresh, Craig.
On that note.
no, we're not going anywhere yet. Hold on. Before we head out,
On that note.
no, I definitely got a close up of your toes the other day. Anyway, George, what are your plans for the holidays? Do you have anything special planned?
I'll be spending time with my son and my family. That's what I typically try to do during the holiday season. That's what the holiday season is all about. Is spending time with your family and your friends, the
Right.
people that mean the most to you. And so that's what I'll be doing.
Nice. You gonna cook anything?
No, I'm on
Those
the cleanup
chickens.
crew.
Oh, he's on the cleanup crew. Okay, got it.
Yeah, the clean my plate up crew. Yeah, that cleanup
Exactly.
crew.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
that's a
on.
solid crew. Solid crew.
That's what I'm on.
Yeah.
What about? Do you have any Christmas wishes this year?
Not what for myself or in
Yeah,
general.
sure,
Yeah.
for
What
yourself.
you
Let's
like?
get all
For
up in
For
your
yourself.
business.
myself?
Go ahead. See, Crez, right there.
No, I don't have any real wishes.
A lot of hesitation there.
You know, I mean, I don't really want or need for anything. You know, I'm just happy to have my son here with me and be able to spend some quality time with him and pour into him as well as my nephews. And you know, that's what makes me happiest, and I'm happy I already have that. So I just wish everybody, you know, peace, love, and prosperity, and safe and health and wellness as they go into this new year. You know, let's make 2023 a great year, and let's close out 22 on a positive note, spreading love and peace.
Oh, that's
That's
beautiful. We can't top that,
man.
Chris. I know you would have gone. Oh, well, man, if I could have wish, man, let me tell you what I'd like to have. My
Man,
wish.
let me tell you, I want some hair on the top.
You, you know what?
My hair
I
is-
got you. We can make that happen. They got male weaves. Like we get you a whole
They do?
lineup and everything. Oh yeah, fade out, all that.
See, I don't really need a lot of waves. I just want a little bit up there, right? Just a little bit. Something I can brush.
You want me to get like some yarn? I could glue it to the top. For
Just
you?
let it go. Come on to the other side, man. Bald with a beard is in right now. We
I
winning.
think I can do it. I think I can do it though. I think I can do it.
Do you? Okay.
I got
We
the
winning.
yeah. I got the head for it. Pause. All right.
And on that note, we're going to take a quick break. Thank you so much for being on the show with us today, George. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to the Abbie Knights Show.
My dog.